Hi guys, I'm actually going to be talking about the gemstone bracelets today for the shop. I wanted to discuss a little bit more in depth about what these bracelets actually do, what particular gemstones do certain things for what situation, and the fact that, you know, why it is a big must to be able to purchase one of these bracelets and, you know, feel the benefits of these bracelets. I know in our shop today we have various other different things that you could be wanting to look at and purchase, but some of the things are not on the shop for a listing to be sold yet. I know there's various different ways we want to protect ourselves, even if it's down to the goddess necklace, the triple goddess. It could serve as a protection for us because, you know, we put our intention into it and it will do exactly that. But today, I just want to briefly talk about the fact that the protection bracelets that we make are handmade by Belinda and our member of the family, Letty, who works here as well. And, you know, she's adding a lot of these pendants. I'll turn this around, and obviously this is from the shop shelf down here, and I've just brought it up to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Some of them have pendants on, like a witch's hat. Good afternoon, Bella. And a book, where I could say it's a book of shadows. There's a knife or dagger. There's also the tree. And if I start with Tiger's Eye, I'm kind of thinking, if I just put it back up on the stand, that would be perfect for us. So what really does the Tiger's Eye do? Well, when we think of Tiger's Eye, we instantly think that the third eye and opening up and awakening spiritually. Thank you so much. They are of the hard work of Belinda and Letty in particular has been making these many different bracelets in our shop, especially just, you know, taking the time to loop certain things onto the bracelet and put a little charm on the end of it. And there are other ones down here that you can see. So there's a sticker with the pentacle and the moon there. There are other ones up there that you can have onyx and obsidian and Tiger's Eye as a mix of different ones together. Or you can just settle for just one whole lot of Tiger's Eye all the way around. Now, for me, the Tiger's Eye is perfect for awareness. It's perfect for opening up spiritually. And, you know, believe it or not, it will give you that awakening at some point. Certain changes in your life will occur. But I know that it's also a good form of protection and grounding, you know. Hi there, from Germany. DJ's Little World. Hello there. I personally believe that we would want to also connect certain bracelets that we will make for shamanism or for different cultures, for different people's tradition is important, and religion, because this is more of an eclectic feel for our shop. It is focusing more on the pagan side. There is a bit of a Wiccan side, but we are going to stress to you guys that it is based on paganism. And Belinda is a pagan witch, hedge witch, solitary witch that really truly believes in listening to other people's feelings and opinions on their belief system, not showing ignorance. And it's important that we don't just have a whole selection of just gemstone. There are other things that we could be doing that, you know, cater to people's personal need. So the Tiger's Eye is very good. Right over there on the shop shelf, I can just... Can you see that I'm just like maximizing the camera? Crystal Bible book. And that Crystal Bible book has a more of an in-depth look at what the crystals or gemstones do and why we should be wearing certain ones. I'm going to minimize it now and go back to the bracelets. And then I'll take amethyst off. Apologies for that, dry throat. The amethyst for me is for spirit connection, communication, clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircontingence. All of those different senses and skills are used for that. Amethyst can also be a protector for you, depending on whether you want to use it for that particular purpose. There is no set purpose for these particular gemstones, really. They are whatever you want to put your intention into them. But I personally like to follow the Crystal Bible on what they do and why they are so rich in mineral and what they do to help you in your certain situations. Because we can go down to the bottom here and we have the evil eye and the symbol for protection and grounding. They all serve different purposes. For me, I think the evil eye ones are perfect for warding off people who are going to give you some resentment, or they're going to, like they might even just admire you. I'm just going to take a bit of water because my throat is a little dry at the moment. I know that I've opened my own channel at the moment, but I find that it's courteous for me to present the shop and its product on Belinda's channel, because she truly is the key person in all of this, who brings these ideas to our workplace. And whatever she makes, we look at it, we think, is it able to sell? Is it good for certain people's situation? And the most important question for selling is, what is the most popular thing? And for me, it is love. And we move on from the tiger's eye to the amethyst. We have a mix of the rose quartz and amethyst together. Rose quartz for love and self-healing, being able to love yourself before you can love anybody else. Protection and healing of your own self. If I wanted to put healing on my heart chakra, I would take the rose quartz and I would add the rose quartz stone resting on my heart for the heart chakra to be healed, and it will absorb it. So from time to time you could take off a pendant. I'm just going to show myself at the camera here. There I am. If I'm taking this off, at times, you know, what do you think will happen if I'm wearing it all the time? The jade stone is going to absorb the negativity. Certain things that I have within me that I need to be rid of, it will absorb this. It's protecting me, adding in the protection and the strength and the energizing energy, and it's also taking out certain things that shouldn't be there. So what I do with it, I could cleanse it in the salt water. I've learned so much from Belinda on how to protect myself, or how to use certain things for your own intention, but it's knowing what those things actually do, you know, and the dangers of what you could be doing. You could be opening the doorway or a gateway to things that you don't understand, and you might see a change in your energy, and you might have a drop in energy, or a drop in how you feel about yourself and life, because we often might open the door to things that are not serving us well. So I'm going to slip back to the bracelets. There's Caleb in the background doing his work. He's here, and I think you might be admiring what he's wearing, because you know, this is the kind of clothing they wear. Beautiful designs of things. So, going off track a little bit. Sometimes, you know, that's the thing. It links to, this kind of thing links to other things and to other things. It's so in depth. We're connecting to other subjects, and that's where the learning comes in then. So the rose quartz and the amethyst are perfect for combining the spirit communication and connection with spirit and your journey there, development of communication between them, hearing them, sensing them, seeing them, the sense of smell with certain situations, and touch and sensing. So if I was to hold this ring, you would be able to sense energy off that person who was wearing it, and be able to give an in-depth reading on that ring and connect to open doors for them on their life situation. So then this rose quartz then nurtures the communication with the amethyst. It gives us the opportunity to nurture situations when communicating with people, and when we communicate with difficult people, it kind of gives us that strength and energy to just think before we say something, or say something in a more subtle way, with regard to a sensitive situation when someone is acting in a very vulnerable way, and this kind of bracelet is very effective for that. So you have a mix of 2 gemstone in that. And then again, another 2 gemstone, India agate for grounding. I kind of thought it actually might be India agate, but it could be jade. But I think it's that mix of stone in here is India agate. I do have another one. If you can see, there's a mix of bloodstone in there as well. I'm knowledgeable on crystals, but not advanced. You got yourself a amethyst pendant that I wanted for so long, and now I finally got it. It's vibration. Okay. Well, you know, you also have to warm to this kind of thing. If your gut tells you that a certain item on our shop is right for you, then it's right for you. If it isn't right for you, then you're not going to purchase it. You get that intuition, you get that feeling that it is, and that's important. Let your intuition tell you, let your gut within your solar plexus give you that energy and that vibration or the answer that it's right to go with that decision. I'm happy that you're saying that you love works. Belinda's works is fascinating and very, very in-depth. I've learned so much from her in the long run, but I hope that what I throw out to people is actually relevant to the journey as well. You know, we have to go with our gut and our feeling on what we're comfortable with. You know, we don't just delve into spell work if we're not used to it. If we're capable of it, doesn't mean we have to go ahead with doing it either. And I'm not putting people off, but it is a choice. What is right for you? What are you most comfortable with? And for me, I was trained a year and a day with Belinda. I couldn't ask for a better teacher. But then again, I go back to my Reiki healing and my spiritual connection to spirit, giving people readings. So that is right for me. And whenever comes the time in life where we need to use these bracelets to wear, when we are casting, don't you think it's serving its purpose by the time we wear it and we use our intention on it? It's actually protecting us as we work, and that is the whole intention. We're human beings. We're a spirit. Have a spirit body in a physical body, and that spirit body is also prone to attacks as well. That is why we react in the way that we do. So our physical body and mind and spirit all get affected all in one. Kind of ironic, really. The triple goddess and the moons, everything's in its threes, isn't it, with the mind, body and spirit? And I kind of think we should nurture it. Mother, Maiden and Crone is one, isn't she? You know, and Hecate, they're all the same person, but yet they have to all be nurtured and taken care of. So when doing anything, I think being around certain people, we're going to need that protection in these types of bracelets, and nothing better than having jade and amethyst together. The jade really does give you that look. It gives you more the ability to believe that a certain situation will go to plan. I might add my own abbreviation to what jade does, and completely and utterly add more meaning to the jade gemstone than the crystal Bible over there. You can bend the rules because your intention and your ability to connect with the jade, my interpretation is different to the book, because my interpretation works for me for jade, and what jade does for me is it does give you luck, and it does give you the ability to not doubt and be happy and grounded by the fact that it will give you what you want. The amethyst also gives you that connection to spirit and communication. So if you were going to a job interview, if you were trying to get a job, or you're doing a conference or a project in front of a lot of people, why would you wear this particular bracelet? Because jade is there to give you good luck, that it will all go well, and purple amethyst will give you the interview, getting the job, or giving people a wonderful night of a constructive education on spirituality. Let's say that I was using it for that, then this would serve a purpose. And it has also given me grounding and protection, because people are absorbing your energy and they're going to be taking some of that energy too. So you get rather tired after a while. Double stones on this one. We're going up from 8mm stones to 10mm, and then we go a little bigger in there with the 12. You can see here that they're a little bit bigger stones. So the cost varies from the size of the stone and the way it's made, and the particular gemstone that is, I believe, is a little bit worth more than the other type of gemstone. So on this one, we have a witch's hat. So if you're really into that type of feel of a witchy style, you can, also ask for custom-made bracelets. So if there are particular charms that you might suggest that we could possibly have, we would put them on Etsy, and you could just choose one of those to add to your custom bracelet, and we quote you a price on that. So this one has 2 amethyst, increasing the connection to spirit and communication, and the rose quartz also for love, nurturing your spirit, your soul, from possible attacks from spirit or people around you that's living. Next is pure rose quartz. That's for love. I might sometimes just place it on my heart chakra. It doesn't have to be worn on your wrist. You can place it on your heart chakra because it is a gemstone. We do have over in the cabinet here, let me see. You can see the crystal there. If I'm pointing where you can see purple, pink crystals, that is rose quartz, and they're much bigger tumbled stones that are soft cut, not jagged edges, but you have a choice. Sometimes I might want to hold a jagged edge amethyst for protection or good spirit communication when I'm doing readings. A lot of mediums back in England were holding a crystal every time they addressed a congregation when they're doing their philosophy, their address, their opening prayer and their opening reading for people. And they do it because there's a lot of people admiring for a start. And there's also might be people in the congregation that don't have good feeling for that medium. You don't know how people are thinking or feeling at the time. And then you've got that spirit connecting where they're not always going to be positive energy. They might be negative, but they come around your energy because the doorway is open and the lights on above your head, and you're a beacon of light because you're connecting to the various spirits for the congregation. So it gives the opportunity for most spirits to walk through that door. It's an open vessel. But our spirit guides should protect us as well. And I kind of do feel as if my guide likes these type of bracelets. India Agate, I do need to really understand what India Agate does, but I kind of think it is about grounding again, but being more focused on what you need to do with thinking wise. So it's not so much communicating with people with your mouth, your tongue. It is more thinking carefully about your decisions, and this is kind of something that really opens up to that on, do we have to jump to our decisions quickly? Do we have to make a choice like that straight away, like a bull at a gate? We don't. We can be thinking very carefully about our decisions before we do it, because if we don't, we will reap the consequences. Things really do go the opposite way. They don't go to plan for us. And this kind of thing, with the India Agate bracelet, is something that will focus us to just reflect for half an hour before we make a decision on a job, on money, on a relationship, on friendships, on a certain situation that we're going through. But a lot of people can effectively make good decisions without these bracelets. But I would advise, when you're in a difficult circumstance, it really does work. And it's casted and it's blessed and it does work with its intention. It's like a little spell, another version of Belinda's Sacred Oils, serving a purpose, custom made for you to wear it on your body. And that is wonderful, isn't it? That it does serve a similar purpose to that. Like this, could this be, as it's rose quartz, to nurture and love yourself, but also to love another person? Could it effectively be bought, say, if a male person wanted to buy a present for a female and it had a love custom energy and spell cast on this, and she wears it, is it most likely to activate and make her love the gentleman? It might. So those are ideas that we have that could be perfect for conjuring or bringing somebody in, compelling somebody to do what we want them to do, especially stubborn people who find it difficult to, sing at the same note as their other partner. They're so set on their own ways to do what they want to do, but these kind of bracelets will make a difference. Let me go to the other side, and we have, I do believe, I'm not sure if it's plain old black, that it's obsidian or onyx. I think this is obsidian. It's a bigger bead, as you can see the difference with the rose quartz. Well, the beads vary really. It's by wrist size. When they're tied very, very tightly with the special elastic material, they're most likely not to break off you at all. They're tightened hard and strong. But I'm going to count just a rough size on what is on the rose quartz. About 22 and 23 beads around on one bracelet for rose quartz. So that's perfect, isn't it? You get 22 beads for, I think without a pendant, it is $24. With a charm, it's $28. But that's worth it because, we truly put a lot of our time and effort into making them. And we also basically spend quite a bit for the bulk of maybe 100 beads in one packet. It does work out pretty expensive. I'm sure the seller is making just as much money, because if they didn't feel that they were making the money, they wouldn't be putting it up as they wouldn't be selling these beads in the first place. So the obsidian is for protection, grounding, removing negative energy. And I really do think it's a favourite with our children in the house. They like black, and they like that pure black colour. So that is worth one. I think this goes, I'm not sure, it's 10 millimetre, this one, 10 mm. So that's a little bit bigger. So if I go through it again, we have 8, 10, and then I will pull out one of the other ones. I'm going to ask Caleb. Caleb, would you just pull out from the top the obsidian, no, the onyx and the tiger's eye, the bigger beads, one of those on the top. You're just going to pull one out so you can see the difference in size on what it does. So he's going to reach and take off the, that's it. So he's going to pull out the turquoise bracelets. He's going to just put them all off. We've got a bit of things falling off, but we can present them back to where they should be. So here we go. There's the difference, look. So you think they're the same, but they're not. This is 12, this is 10, this is 8. And this is, I might as well just talk about this as well. The beautiful tiger's eye and obsidian. And I know over there they have tiger's eye and onyx, because there's a hint and it's more clearer inside. Well, I'm a Reiki practitioner and Reiki master. I can charge the energy on there for you. If I was to make chakra bracelets, I would very much be adding the energy onto that, and even it would give you some intense continuous spiritual healing when you wear it. So yes, the answer to the question, I do charge the energy on it, but Belinda's energy and whoever makes it, like our other members of staff here, will add their own energy to it as well, because it's their vibration that counts, what they put into it when they make it. We wouldn't want, for example, if I was rushing around angry and abrupt and nasty and I made food at home for everybody, I'm putting a negative vibration on that food exactly the same when making these items. We want a positive person that wants to put good vibration onto these things. So last or not least, you know, we could be having the obsidian bracelet with a dagger. So that's like a nice beautiful charm on there. I think we have a jade with the tree of life on it. Ah, there it is. It's right in front of me. Blind I am. So there's one. Then there's the amethyst and bloodstone. And then there's jade and bloodstone. So this is kind of just a small part of what are we making for these bracelets. But then also we have these ones that serve a purpose too. And they have more like Eye of Horus charm, the pentacle. We have the Buddha rings and the Eye of Horus rings. There's a lot of things that I could be putting onto the shop here that people will be very interested in, because it links them to their work and it helps them protect them in their current environment or situation that they're going through in a job or in a relationship or in a family circumstance or a difficult friendship with someone. You know, I could list endless amounts of different circumstances, but they will serve a purpose. Even if you're into this like very shamanistic way, we have these just woven bracelets. There is a chakra one there. You can see the chakra bracelet. It is gemstone, so I will be pulling that out. And there's one there. I will be pulling it out and putting it on the stand over here so that people can see it. But yeah, things like chakras, whether it's chakra beads or it's going to serve a purpose like these different kind of gemstone. I personally think no matter what they are, we charge our Reiki or spiritual witchy energy onto anything that we're selling so that the person can have good luck, protection, love, strength, upliftment, encouragement, confidence. And I think that's what Belinda's oils do over here. She really does put her heart and soul into the sacredness of her product. So I'm going to just slip the camera back to my face, and I hope that you fully, truly enjoyed, I don't know whether it's an in-depth understanding of the crystals. I think if we do purchase for the shop any crystal books, I think her name is, let me just go over, Judy Hall, the author for Crystal Bible, and it is. And she really, truly does put an in-depth understanding in it. So it's this thick. It talks in depth about different things on how we would use the crystals. And I do believe there's a volume 2, but I have to get through this first and educate myself more on what they do. But again, I'm going to remind you, I enjoyed listening to reading your opinions and your wonderful comments. Thank you so much. And please do look at the shop and see what type of bracelets there are, and have a wonderful day. And I'm sure Belinda's going to be continuing her spell work, as she's been continuous with different one here, to answer any questions on the channel or on Etsy at Enchanted Bell Witch. So thank you for watching, and many blessings and much protection to you all. Blessings to you.